Welcome back to another episode of Ausmericanaces. I'm Renee Gartner, and we're welcoming back Ash Wicks from a weekend away, and of course the great Aaron Woods. How are we, boys?
I've returned.
You have.
A lot of people thought that I wasn't coming back.
You were missed, bro.
People thought, oh, they got rid of him that quick.
They were like, this is a Lachlan Galvin incident all over again. He's been benched back to Reggie's.
I know. Look, I played a good game in Reggie's, and now I'm back. So,
Mate, you were dearly missed. Like,
Thank you.
I didn't have no one to grab or, you know.
Yeah, you had no one to touch. We were too far away.
Oh.
And I don't, you know how you normally do one highlight, one low light?
Yeah.
Woodsy went for
I
about
got in
10.
trouble. Because they reckon I was like too many.
He kept going, I've got another one. I've got another one.
Let the great man just get on with whatever he wants to say.
Well, all I've got this week is a low light.
Yeah.
I think everyone.
Yes. I'll say that for your segment. Sorry,
That's
bro.
all you hear is that, look. Good weekend. It was good. It was nice. I did miss you guys. I saw the app come out and I was like, oh. But then I just cracked another beer and got on with it.
You're at Seagulls.
You know what we've done? We've done a Benji Marshall. We've sent you back to reserve and got you back in straight away.
Yeah, but, and now we're going to, win one?
Yeah.
We need the big guns to fire up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
you're a mess without me, I've heard.
The senior playing group brought you back in.
I know. I am the
I didn't talk to you for 4 days.
Yeah.
My
What about
social
all
media
the-
was getting flooded.
All of the Instagram stories. I felt horrible. I was on suicide watch.
Did you like the photo that we did with the gap in between us? Because
Yes.
we were like, we still missed you. We wanted you to be there.
I thought you would have maybe superimposed someone in there. Or,
We've superimposed the ball. Well, Nick, our great producer, did anyway.
Oh, right.
I was just like follow leaders.
Follow the leaders.
So am I the appy in this conversation?
You're the appy.
Yeah, because I'm the oldest one.
You're the quiet one that just sits there
Yeah,
and mumbles.
super quiet.
Who are you, Taruva? You Taruva, are you?
Anzac Day was it was a spectacular in terms of the way they sort of presented across all the games, though, which I thought was awesome. My favourite was Brisbane Broncos. Julia Robinson, they had out there, who's an NRLW player for the Brisbane Broncos and also one of the greatest NRL Queensland players.
Yep.
She's also in the Army as well too.
I think the Navy was
Army.
Army, wow.
Army, yeah. So she was based up in Townsville for a bit. I think she's not in there as much anymore, obviously, because she's playing full time. So she did the last ode at the start. So I thought it was really cool to see that incorporated with the NRLW players. Obviously, she's from that region as well.
The ceremonies are phenomenal. I was lucky enough. I was at the Roosters and Dragons game, and just you could hear a pin drop, just the amount of respect that everyone in the whole crowd showed. And I love the trumpet, the last
Trumpet is good.
It just gets goosebumps.
It does, and it's so it's like that eerie feeling, because you can sort of, like I said, you can hear a pin drop, and they show a bit of a reflection on the TV screen, and just getting some goosebumps talking about it now. I love it.
The only bummer was the Welcome to Country with that happened in Melbourne. They someone told them that the dancers and stuff were all on the field practicing.
Yep.
And then someone before the ceremony has come over and said, "Oh, but we're actually you no longer needed."
I didn't know that.
Didn't you know that?
Oh,
No.
wait, so they did it on the actual day?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Apparently. Look, don't hold me to that, but that's what I've been told. But I was thinking, who is the guy that come over and is like, don't worry about it today?
Imagine there would have been a rock off going, I'm not doing it.
No, I was
Because
gonna
that would
say,
have been horrible to
He's like, the boss has given him a call and said, mate, I need you to do me a job. And the bloke's probably like, yeah, no worries, all good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I need you to tell me there's no welcome to country.
Oh, my God. I'd quit.
Jeez.
I would quit.
Yeah, I'd walk out.
But apparently that's how it went down, but I'm not sure. And do you know what? These bloody these journalists in the press are asking the coach about it.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't know.
He's in the sheds.
He would have gone and done the address and then walked upstairs. I think.
100%.
Yeah. What do they run out of questions?
Yeah.
It's their whole job. These guys
just
go
trying
to
to get
uni
vibes.
for so many years. And the question is, let's ask him about the Welcome to Country. It's like nothing about the game.
Well, there was plenty to ask them about on the weekend. And first and foremost, the sin bins in the bunker. We have to talk about that. In the week that's just gone, there was 18 sin bins. If you go to the 2 weeks before that, combined, add one, then you've hit what we hit last week.
Yeah, what year was it?
It was wild.
Oh, someone quizzed me on what year it was. I think it was early 2000s. It was like, how many sin bins do you think were in a whole year?
2015.
That's it.
There you go.
Yeah, it was like the same amount of that whole year.
In one round.
It's wild.
You called it at the start because we spoke about it, how the sort of memo went back out to the club saying this rule has already existed.
It wasn't a crackdown.
No, it wasn't a crackdown. The rule has already existed. You guys just need to tighten up because we're going to start sort of refereeing it a little bit more. And we all said it, there's going to be a knee-jerk reaction, we're going to say heaps, right? Then it kind of dropped off again. And now they've gone vroom, spat right over the edge to the opposite end where they're really policing it. And now Abdo wants it to come back a little bit.
I think the biggest part with it is, there's going to be head contact. And we know the ones that go in forcefully, but it's the ones where they go back a set or a couple of sets. And then we look at it. And then if you're going to compare them to other tackles, like Fanua Pole from the West Tigers, when they've gone back, you're sort of expecting, all right, we're going back a whole set. This is going to be bad contact. You're watching the tackle. Tom Hazelton lumbers up, and he's just dead set, just leant into it. And Tom didn't even, you know when you get hit in the head as a player, you're going to go like that. Tom went down to the ground, just got up and played the ball, moved on like nothing happened. Very similar to Siwa Takiaho in the Manly one. I personally don't even think the shoulder hit him. I think Papali'i's arm comes up, bracing for contact, and then the shoulder hits the arm. It's just... As a fan watching the game, I really feel sorry for him because, you're ruining the best part of that game, is the collision. Every tackle is basically going to hit the head nearly. If you're a tall man, the one with Scott Sorensen off the kickoff, what's he supposed to do when Nathan Brown's come off the back fence?
Yeah.
All right, you go low, Sorrow. You put your head there, and you're probably going to knock yourself out.
You're dead.
Does Nathan Brown get charged for hitting his contact with his head?
No.
No.
Because he's got the ball in his
The
hand.
ball in
Some
his
guys
hand,
carry the ball and lean with their shoulder and bump.
Olakau'atu, but he's just a man mountain, so you're never going to hit him in the head.
Angus Crichton had the ball in his hand, and he's got one of the strongest fends you've ever seen. He dead set was swatting Ilias away in the face.
Yeah.
And then in the throat and on the ground again. But because he's got the ball in his hand, we don't talk about it.
As opposed to, sorry, and I've gone blank, the Bulldogs player who led with his knee.
Oh, Sili Tupanua.
Yeah,
Not once, but twice in the same tackle.
Yeah.
And you know what? After the game, his knee got 1 week, but because he did a head high shot as well, which he got sin bin for later on, he got a couple extra weeks. So that was deemed worse than the knee.
Oh, that knee looks so dangerous.
It looks so deliberate.
Yeah.
Very
deliberate. And it didn't get pulled up when it happened.
It's ridiculous. I think, was it Joey going off about what's he supposed to do? At the end of the day, these guys are professionals. It's I don't think that one was it Nathan Brown? I think he was sort of like the third man in the middle.
Yep.
Right?
So there's three, and he's the one in the middle.
Your arm. Where are you going to put your arm?
But the other thing is, right, we've seen a lot of the times, you go back to Moses Sully with kickoff runs, the one in the ANZAC clash last year on Jared Rui-Hargraves, because they're in the middle, right, so there's three defenders, he's got nowhere to put his arms, like you said, and because they become a target and lead, so their own players are hurting their chance of making a good tackle, and that's how they're getting knocked out. That's the problem. And those kickoff runs are the hardest because you're just picking someone and beelining for it, especially Nathan Brown.
And that's also when you want to see the biggest hits. That's what gets you fired up.
But you know what I don't want to see now? If they're going to be penalties, I don't want to see the NRL advertising that.
Yeah, very true. Because that hit there, yes,
that is beautiful. That hit.
It creeped up a little high, but because of the circumstance.
Yeah.
But you're right. All the posters, everything you see is that exact moment. Because think about this: first game of the year, first kickoff. The first thing you want to see is Nathan Brown run off the back fence. Yeah. Origin, the first thing you want to see is whoever it is run off the back fence. Any international game, grand final, anything, the first thing you want to see, which gets you fired up, is that run. And if we're going to penalise the third man in because he's got nowhere to put his arms, you can't advertise that's our game.
Do you know what's funny about it though is obviously we can't advertise that in Australia and we don't, but the NRL was giving all the big hits over to America, so it made our sport look tougher and bigger.
And they're all illegal.
And they're illegal here in Australia, right? They're illegal. They penalise, but they gave them all to America and just went, take these and push our game and make it look tough and big and all these big hits.
Well, they'd be really
We weren't allowed
disappointed.
to play them here.
If this round was in America, they'd be disappointed.
Well, I know Andrew Abdo's come out, so now he said that the NRL, the officials have stuffed up because they shouldn't be going back unless it's significant contact with the head. But he needed to step in because if we're in 4 or 5 weeks' time when the Origin comes around, if we're refereeing games like that in Origin, it is going to ruin that spectacle because that game is the quickest game you'll ever watch, and some of the hits are brutal in that. And a lot of the time, there could be a big hit, but the whiplash from the hit could bring the head forward, which looks like it's got contact with the shoulder, but it's got completely not because it's the force that's generated through the tackle.
Can I ask you something? Obviously, the call came out, as we said, to tighten up and rule all these things out of the game. So that's what the refs did, and that's what the bunker have done. Now he's going back and saying, ease off, like don't be as much. Don't you think, I know how much you always offload on the referees, they'd be a little bit confused, going, you want us to do our job or you don't want us to do our job? Do you want it to do it too much? Do you want us to do it too less? Like, there'd be a lot. I actually feel for them.
I feel like they're probably within the ref group. There's probably a lot of people there trying to justify their existence. So they're like, right? They're like, you know what we're going to do?
I might stay out this one. Mike's yours, Ashy boy.
The punter gets to talk, yeah.
Well, like there's someone in the bunker going, I need to justify why I'm here. So I'm going to look at every
Would
little
his name happen
knob.
to be Ashley Klein?
I thought you were staying out of it.
I just asked for his names.
Sure, let's run with that. But it definitely, because like it's kind of like having someone on your team in an office who it's like, well, their job's actually pretty. We don't actually need that person. Like, shit, I better make some work. So that's what it's like.
Well, there's two teams like I feel they're going to change so they've changed the rule 1 week to the next to the back. Is 2 weeks ago in the Monday game, the Easter Monday, Mitchell Moses makes a great tackle in the corner, but it makes contact with the head. Should have been 10 the bin. If it was this weekend, he gets 10 the bin. Tigers probably have the opportunity to win last 10 minutes of the game with Mitchell on the field. Then I go to last week's round, the Bulldogs. I feel sorry for them because they had that many sin bins in that game. How hard is it to win a game with 13 men, let alone with a less men for 3 times? So that's 30 minutes without a player.
To be fair, they got way too emotional in that game.
They did. But
They
it was a
And
big
they also
occasion.
needed a minibus to go to judiciary tonight. So
Yeah,
it would have been a 2-for-1 with the lawyers.
And you know what? They missed one of the worst ones, which was Matt Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like they went in going, we need to be the bully in this game, and then they let their emotions get the best of them. Which, as you're going to play up against Brisbane, they've got a point to prove too whether they're the real deal, but you got to keep those tackles down.
One more on the referees.
One more.
I really felt sorry for Marcelo Montoya. The referee in the bunker lost the plot. They should have sent off Satili Tupanua. They kept him on the field, and poor Marcelo Montoya makes a normal tackle, kick out, chops the bloke down. He's falling down, and a winger makes his first tackle of the game and gets sent to the sin bin. What have I done wrong?
It's wild, hey. It's like it's also. I feel like players are playing for the head knock now.
My good mate Ronaldo Mulatalo.
Yeah,
like he went for a captain's challenge and in goal. The mate, I can't remember who it was. Meant to make a tackle. It popped up and just flicked his face.
yeah.
And he goes, he's got high contact. So he went for the captain's challenge.
But I find that there's a lot that they're pulling up where the leading tackle arm is actually hitting the ball and bouncing up.
Yep, agree.
And you watch like when they're carrying the ball under their arm, they're helping it on the way up. And it's like, and then they're like looking at the ref. It's like, just get on with it.
The best is like when commentators like, it looked high, and then you watch the replay, goes, oh no. When you hear the oh no, the best is if you want to listen to a game at the moment and you can tell a person that's frustrated commentating.
Joey Johns.
No. Well, he just walked off.
Yeah.
Brandy Alexander.
Oh,
Very good insight.
Yeah.
One of the great commentators of the game. And you can
Agreed.
just tell in the way he's talking, just the frustration. You can just hear it in his voice.
I tell you who didn't see any of them, Kevy Walters. Jesus Christ.
Well, what's happened with Kevy?
Oh my God, get him off the screen. Get him off the coverage. He's a bumbling mess.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
Oh my God. There was one time he was him and Ennis, and he was going for a rant, and he just had nothing, and you just see him look at Ennis, and Ennis was like,
I'll take it from you.
I'll take it from you, mate. It was like,
and let me tell you don't have to give Ennis much time to give her because he'd love taking it.
I was like, oh my God. At one stage, I thought he was having a stroke. And I was like, ugh. He's got great insights because of obviously his years around the game. But I don't think he's blind as a bat. No offense.
He goes good.
Oh, I don't have anything against the guy except for that.
I love hearing the punter's view.
Well, that's it. I'm the one every day watching it, every weekend watching every game on my couch.
So who's your
listening to
favourite? Can we do? Or maybe at the end we can
we'll do it at the end.
Ash's top 5 or top 3 commentators?
5.
Oh, geez, wow. But there's a lot of great ex-players
No,
there.
let's go. We'll go top 3.
Okay.
Top 3,
We'll do-
yeah.
I'll think
We'll
about it.
pivot back to that. So stick in because we're going to be
I've
coming
already
up with-
upset enough people in this episode. So
We need to pat some people on the back. All right, let's move on to the next big news. The Western Bears, they're
Oh,
back.
yeah. Is it the Bears?
Yes.
It is?
Well, because it's North Sydney Bears, but they're getting taken over to Perth, so that
Okay.
makes them the Western
so
Bears.
would it be the Perth North Sydney Bears?
It's not official yet.
Is
They've
it?
still got to talk to the clubs this weekend up at Magic Round.
Right, okay.
Which will
they've
make
got
it official.
Also, the RLPA need to sign off on it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
But
few bits and pieces,
there's-
but of course everyone's shot off
What is
because
it? Cross the
people
T's,
who have
dot the
been
I's?
waiting for the Bears to say they're back, but it's already on the back of the paper. How unusual for the media to.
Oh, funny that it gets out before it actually gets
Oh, yeah.
decided on.
So they come in technically 2026. PNG
2027, isn't it?
27, 18 months.
Yeah,
27.
and then PNG come in the year after.
So they're coming in first.
Yeah.
I've-
They beat.
No, it was always going to be the Perth side first, but they wanted to get Papua New Guinea. I think they had to get that one done earlier.
Yeah. Now you've got to fill 2 teams, 1 year after another.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spreading in talent. There's quite a few players coming off contract in 2026, to be fair. Who's your first signing? Who's going to go to Western Australia?
Well,
When you
firstly, it's who the coach is going to be, and they reckon it's Brett Arthur.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
He's got ties. His wife's from from Western Australia. I remember talking to Jakey, his young bloke at Manly. First player he gets, and I think he will get, is
His
Jerome
son?
Hughes.
that's a great person to build a team of.
Great person. He's got a chance of winning a competition this year. He was the reigning Dally M medalist.
And so he'd be like, cool, tick, now I'll just go and bask in the
Will they have any
WA.
money left
Well,
after that?
I personally think the NRL should help them get a bit more money. They
Yeah,
should
'cause
get.
I've heard they're not.
They should get a bit more help from the NRL. Like,
Well, the salary cap goes up, though.
I know it does go up, but you look at the Dolphins. Dolphins has a nursery up there already, and they've got the money behind them. They've got academies up there. They've had them for long periods of time. Perth don't really have that as big. Like, they've got a little bit of a junior system over there, but I think to attract more players, maybe that we should give them a bit of a relief in the cap, living out of home allowance or something like that. Maybe it could help them attract
Well,
a
maybe
few
that's
more
what
players.
RLPA is going to be doing. If
FIFO.
they haven't signed off on it yet.
Give him
Yeah.
FIFO wages.
They could, yeah, because if like,
I'd sign.
but like, imagine if Jerome Hughes got offered 1.2 from Melbourne, then got offered 1.4. Like, I don't think it's a huge difference for him because he's going to have to uproot his whole family all the way to Western Australia.
If he hasn't won a comp by then, does he go or not?
He already has won a comp.
Yeah, but like between now and then. I
feel
feel like he's poised to win this year, which I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne are in the box seat. And look, I'm not fussed. I wouldn't mind if seeing him win it with that 3. But if he doesn't win it in the next 2 years, does it change his decision? If he wants to finish his career on a real big high, or does he want to go and build a team?
No, I think the challenge of the new side. He's already won a competition. He's done everything in the game.
Okay.
And he's not like he's a Melbourne junior. He was with the Cowboys. He was with the Gold Coast Titans. This is a big opportunity where he could set his family up, and this could be a long-term deal for him as well. Like, as much as you love Melbourne Storm, this could be the deal that sets him up for life.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your fullback?
Ponga.
You went Ponga.
was
from
born in
Newcastle to
Perth.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he born in Perth?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were
There you
actually
go.
trying
Who'd
to
have
talk
thought
about that.
I'd have some
Look at you,
information?
you're all over that.
Wow.
I've literally had a week off to study. No.
Big news. That's big Ash Wicks.
Yeah.
First one to call that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad shout then, because Ponga's coming home.
Yeah, I think like whether they've got any money left after Jerome Hughes, or do you build a team around Kalen? I mean, the Knights tried to do it and they couldn't do it.
I reckon Callan's going to another club.
Yeah,
Where do you reckon? Up the wires?
No.
Oh.
I reckon
Here we go.
once a certain
Here he is.
Italian stallion retires at the Roosters, I reckon there could be a little...
Oh God, don't they
Buy
get
some
everyone?
more
Because he's off
players.
contract 27, I think.
Yeah, he can
Yeah, he's
negotiate
on the
from
list.
November 1.
He's on the
can't he?
list.
Look, I would like to see.
What about the Dvorovich brothers? Will you let them go to
No,
WA?
they won't leave. I reckon Selwyn Cobber, he's happy to move from Brisbane. I think
wants to play
there's-
fullback.
Yeah, he wants to play fullback. There's reports.
He was outstanding the other night. I thought.
I've got another one I'll toss up for you. Does Will Kennedy re-sign for one more year? Because
How old is Will Kennedy?
no, he's only like 26.
He is the oldest looking young bloke ever. He looks like he's receded so bad.
No, he's got it's real thin hair. Yeah.
Is that any different?
No, like I mean, like once it grows, it gets a bit. It's a. We used to mock him heavy at the club about it. But once it grows, it's one of those ones that it's like, how would you say it?
Bum fluff.
Yeah, but then looks good once it's a little bit longer.
Okay, all right. I just thought he was losing it because he was that old.
No, the boy's hammering about it.
So he's
all
like the
time.
40th looking 20-year-old you've ever seen.
No,
So
that's
he's
Braden
got
Trindle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
Is he 40-20? 40 with the hat off, 20 with it on?
Yeah, he looks. Trust me,
He's a hatfish.
he's a great man. But look,
I love that.
does Nico go to fullback and then maybe
Don't start him.
thoughts?
You run the water for him.
Oh.
No, look, he could. I don't see. Look, I honestly don't see Nico going to Perth. I think if he should be playing in fullback. Full stop. I don't think they would sign him. I don't think he would go.
Who, Nico?
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is, would Nico go to fullback at Cronulla?
Oh yeah,
And then
he'd
Will
have
Kennedy
to.
moves on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then who's that 7 coming through? They've got
We've got a couple good young kids there.
There's a guy they play that I thought was really good, and they put Nico back in. I was like, well,
In the trial?
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of
Not
the
sure,
twins.
but I look.
I'm lost. I don't know who it is.
They got Cade Dykes down there. But then Dykes is a bit of a fullback as well. I don't know. He's come back from an
Jeez,
ACL.
they've got to sound like they've got plenty of fullbacks down
Got
there.
plenty
Yeah.
of fullbacks. It's like the Titans. They got plenty of fullbacks. What about someone from the Titans? They've got like three people that want to play fullback, don't they?
Yeah, well,
But Kieran's going to retire, so that'll open up a spot.
he'll be done.
Yeah, but every time they put
Who
one of
else
their
is there from
fullbacks into a
Titans?
6,
Yeah.
they go terribly. Except
Jaden
for-
Campbell, I
except
think
for
it-
Jaden
Yeah, I was going to say
Campbell.
Jaden Campbell's up.
But even like if I'm a club, I'm sort of looking for blokes like, not a massive like Brian Kelly's. Blokes that have battle hardened first graders like Tui Kamikamitha from Melbourne Storm. Blokes that you could probably just add that little bit extra and say, we need you, why don't you start? Remember when the Dolphins did with the Bromwich brothers, Felice Kafusi? You need some hard edge in the middle as well.
Yep.
So you want to get blokes that have been there in the first grade. You don't want to just get guys who are untested or just go straight for those marquee ones.
Yeah.
Because you got to build a side that's sort of not just heavy loaded at one situation, like top loaded at marquees.
Yeah.
You want a team that'll be you're
good
not
balance.
Yeah, you're not expecting him to win every game, but you're not expecting him to lose every game. You need to find some consistency. And like the Bromwich brothers, perfect example. Like you send them to the Dolphins, and they were just stability really. They were great, and then Kafusi used a bit of aggression. I thought it was a good decision, but like, who else is going to go over there?
Well, looking here, like
I wouldn't go.
Even look at Parramatta Eels, like Ryan Madison.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's been around. He's done a job. You got Sean Lane. I think, did he retire or was he?
He's stepped away.
Okay, Murata
little
Niokore, just big bodies that have done it before. Xavier Coates is off contract.
True.
Yeah.
What about Lockie Galvin?
He wants to learn, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Brad Arthur wouldn't be a bad coach to be under.
Angus Crichton could get a big payday.
True.
He's in phenomenal form. He's a great player.
The Roosters will re-sign him, surely.
You don't know, mate. It's just one of those. There's not many more Penrith players you can take now, can there? They're running out of players that people can steal.
We've taken that many there.
Maybe they take Ivan.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe he's
Nathan
a
might come.
PNG, yeah.
I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I'd get too confused with the sunsets and the sunrises.
But the other thing is, like, we're thinking about like players, like we're struggling to get a lot. You got to remember, they got to get a top 30, and then the year after, PNG have got to get another 30. Are we growing the sides too early? Like, is there enough talent out there to do it? And I think we're going a little bit too early.
Yeah, it's going to dilute.
We're going to end up with teams getting flogged.
Look at the moment. Like, there's teams, once they lose a couple of their big names, they're really, like, South Sydney have really had to dive in. Like, they're looking at players they can sign from other clubs.
They've been whipped with injuries.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you either have some good luck or you're having bad. Look at Penrith. Like, they're getting really tested this year. So,
About time.
it is, yeah. They've had a great run,
We
but
love
they've
to
also,
see it.
a lot of players have been stolen from their side.
Yeah.
And, but it's the depth.
Yeah, but it happens to every club, though. You have
It does.
a couple
That's what I'm
years of
saying. It's the
success,
depth
that's why
of
they're so
sides.
happy
So
to
what do
play.
you think we need to invest more into junior rugby league? Is that what
Well, I think junior rugby league needs to be the biggest part. Country rugby league.
Yeah.
In both New South Wales and Queensland.
yeah,
Queensland.
do you think that there'd be some country players out there that wouldn't even get a set of eyes on them?
And sometimes it's not worth them leaving their country towns. Like, they know they've got jobs there for life, and the competitions out there are great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they get
we
like full country field full of fans. Like,
but it's great. It's another game we get to watch each week.
True that. And all the Bears fans are absolutely frothing on it.
here's a question: where do you put that game?
Which game?
So if you've got
Well, the rights are up.
if you've got let's just say right now, just say they're bringing a team this week.
Yep.
And you go Thursday night.
Yep.
2 on the Friday, 3 on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday. Where do you put that next?
They
one?
bring back Monday night footy.
Depends. That's what's the bargaining of having that extra game now with, do we bring back Monday Night Footy? Is that more money, more viewers? Do we put another one on Sunday and make it 3 games on Sunday?
Well, because don't forget, Perth are a couple of hours behind. Yeah.
So they could play. Look, I'm really interested
Same with
in that.
PNG too.
Just
with
lining up just lining up
You
my
can
weekdays.
sit down with the broadcasters and you can just work
But
out.
then they want the 20th team in 2032.
Who are they going to bring in? China. We've I think we've another Kiwi
What's wrong with the
team.
New Zealand side?
I think
Yeah,
yeah, because
100%.
they've got so much young union talent that could
so good.
transition.
And look at the movement the Warriors have.
Yeah.
Like when they're on, geez, the fans are nuts.
Yeah,
they
man.
sell
Where
out
would you
the
put it?
ring.
Was it South Island? Just like
Wellington.
right? Yeah, Wellington.
Is that
What would you call them? Wellington what?
Hurricanes? I'm joking. That's
Windy
Windy City.
The Windy
Wellington
Cities. Well, they got the storm. We'll go try and get all the weather
Yeah,
patterns.
we can get tornadoes or hurricanes and whatever else they get down there.
Well, we've got Hurricane. They already have Wellington Hurricanes.
Oh, of course, they're rah-rahs.
in that other.
In that other
Whatever
sport
that
that they
is.
play.
Is that sport?
All right, let's move on. ESPN, ausmericanaces in the footy tipping. The last 2 weeks have been.
I went all right this week.
You
I got
did,
6
you
from
did.
That's
8.
telling you something.
Ash, you've actually jumped well in front of me.
Thank you.
You've gone to 29th. I've gone down to 43rd.
Top 30.
Oh, you're in. You're in. Tommy Sheridan, though, from the AFL Ausmericanaces.
Oh, he does homework, I reckon.
Is in 15th place. He's
For now.
smashing both of us.
I know.
Rude.
Very good.
Rude. But
I reckon he
he's,
puts his tips in late after they've.
Oh, you reckon he's just missing it and getting
I
the
reckon,
home
I reckon he's a
teams?
dodgy.
You reckon he's got access?
Well, it's a certain
Actually,
person's company.
And a
Well,
certain
ESPN
person's got
though.
admin. He's got admin. Maybe that's how he's doing
You
it.
can't change. Can you change it? I did. When I was,
Oh, conspiracy theories. We're on
I
to you,
wish.
I'll call
Sheridan.
BS on Tommy Sheridan.
if I was Tommy Sheridan, I would be doing that.
I want to know, how's he going in the AFL one?
Oh, I haven't actually checked.
If he's up there in the AFL one, then I call BS.
Do you know what the genius thing is? He hasn't made himself look. He's done too well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's smart. You
Just
slowly build your way up
15.
there.
Yeah.
Tommy, if you're listening, can you help me out?
Yeah. You're in front of me. He's got to help me. Jadles is still out in front. Corey at Warboys is in second. And JPA 2688. I wish you had better names there. And Cobra 636. you're
Where's
tied in
Bulldogs
third.
suck?
Well, gone. And Olga's down behind Tommy Sheridan.
Wow.
So how the mighty have fallen.
Olga's hit the Great Wall of China. Sorry, darling.
It's all the way down there.
So make sure you get your tips in. Hopefully, if you're in the AFL one, we're all beating the boys over on that side as well too. High and low this week.
Yes.
It's back to you, Ash, which means one of each.
I'm back. High. I think we all know what the high is. Manly breaking a losing streak.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look, I
Really?
was so nervous. But the reason why it's a high for me is because I also won my multi on that game.
Oh, that's right.
He's back.
He's broken the,
The
multi
first one of the
curse.
year.
My man.
I was like, come on.
But did you put it on?
Yes.
Yes.
I did. Lost it all on the horses straight up.
Oh.
Wait, didn't you have a multi and didn't put it on?
No, that was
round one.
That was round one. I actually backed since that.
You've never done it
I
again.
backed 2 winners that one, and I hadn't backed one since, but I got my one on Friday.
Yeah.
I had put Olakawatu. I put Olakawatu in every week.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he's due.
Oh, he scored a great try
And I'm
too.
flying
Yep.
high. It was a good game. I thought it's good to get a win.
Yep.
Especially, I know it's against Penrith and they're not doing it so well, but they won the week
Yeah,
before.
they won 4 comps in a row.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good, and I thought they snapped back nicely.
Can I add a little high?
Oh,
Yes.
here he goes.
The West
You got-
Tigers are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Tigers at Leichhardt.
Yeah, I changed
I love
my tip.
Leichhardt.
I changed my tip to the Sharks just before I started.
no.
But then I was always like,
Sharks didn't win that game.
I had
They
the
just kept
Sharks
blowing
over
it.
West Tigers because I just thought they'd be discombobulated after all the.
no one iced it for the Sharks. I'm not mentioning any names.
Well, why don't we go into it?
No, let's not. I don't want people are gonna start coming after me. It was that was my high for sure. But that was I watched that Tigers game with Oscar on Sunday afternoon, and it was
The only thing I
good
was disappointed in that Tigers game
What?
Would love to have seen Lockie Galvin kick a field goal.
Oh, 100%.
Geez, that
Well,
would've
he
been-
saved a certain try.
Did he get booed or was it no booing?
It was a little tiny boo at the start.
Yeah, okay.
But more
And then everyone got
cheers.
over it.
The Tigers
Yeah.
fans love him.
So
Like,
same as like what happened to DCE when he came out for
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
game.
once
he
like
set up the first try.
once one guy was booing and everyone else was cheering, it was like, oh, I look
Yeah,
like an
better
idiot.
wrap it
I
up.
better
Yeah.
cheer as well. Yeah. It was he saved that tackle with
on Hazelden.
Yeah.
Huge
Whew.
play.
Yeah.
and he still had hold of his boot.
Yeah, great play.
Yeah, it was
All
great.
right, you're low.
Low. Look, I'm going to go back to the sin bin stuff, but I'm going to go back based on the low for me around that is when they go back too many tackles. And here's what I'm thinking. All right,
Here we go.
bear with me.
Yeah,
Wind it up.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm trying to take it in.
Every set of 6 for the fan is sort of like it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it's
as
life
it
or
is.
death.
You don't know what you're going to get. So, for example, if you're watching your team attack, okay, you get to 4th tackle, you're riding, you're white knuckling the side of that seat, thinking we need some points, and then they stop the game to go back the set before to pull up a high tackle. Okay, it's garbage. It's kind of like watching your favorite TV series and you're following along the story, and then the director steps in and goes, "Nah, let's go back a few episodes and change the plot."
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
And if they're stopping the game based on something that happened 6 tackles ago, the 6 tackles that happened before they stopped it would be completely null and void. So why is the clock not going back?
Imagine. No, the clock doesn't go back.
That'd go
It goes
for a
all the
very,
way-
very long time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
imagine one of the superstars of the game gets injured in those 4 or 5 tackles that we've gone on further, and then we're supposed to come back.
Exactly right. So your team has essentially advanced up the field for nothing.
Yeah.
You've wasted all that energy for nothing. You've wasted all those tackles. You could get an injury for nothing. And then we've got to go, right, someone's getting sent off. They're going to get a penalty and get the ball back. All of that
like
was
it.
null and void. Why is the clock still going? If that part of the game actually never happened.
We should get our 5 minutes.
Do we
back.
go back? Because I know sometimes with a captain's challenge they'll go back on the clock, but I don't know about this one.
But that's what I mean, right? We're talking about a sport in America. If something happens, they go, right, we have to wind that clock back because that time actually never happened.
That's why the NFL games go for like 3 hours.
Are we counting the stats? If there's a line break in that set of 6, is that stat counted?
I don't think it should be.
Because
That's true. Yeah.
we've got to go
I
back.
thought about that.
You've got to, if you're going to take the play back to go, all right, there should have been a penalty 2 minutes ago. We're going to have to wind the clock back 2 minutes.
I think we need to sit you down with Abdo.
I don't know
We
if
should
it
have
talked to
done
me.
today.
We should have got him.
I don't
He
know
was
if
doing
he'll
the rounds
talk to me.
last night.
Yeah,
Could have
that's
today.
true.
But you know what I mean? It's like I'm riding this emotional roller coaster
Well, you know, when
for
you
nothing.
When you say you ride that emotional roller coaster, like imagine those times where you're defending your try line, they put a grubber in and say Tommy Turner picks the ball up, gets to the 10 centimeters out of his try line, then they go, oh, let's go back. Oh, there's a penalty on play 1. Now you got to go through that whole emotional
You got to do it again. But it's not
with one less player.
But the thing is, it's not you doing it again. You're doing it again, and the previous one was completely null and void anyway. You've wasted all this energy, but the clock still ticks over. What if it's a game-winning situation? Okay, and we're talking. Okay, we've got to go. There's a minute to go on the clock, and they go, actually, something happened 2 minutes ago. Okay, and then all of a sudden, your ball's been taken off you. You've just wasted 2 minutes of probably the most intense part of the game.
I love how you're into this.
And then they're like, well, we'll just go back.
I've got one
But
for
nothing
you.
else goes back.
Yes, Aaron.
I've got one for you as well.
He's got your hand up like a
Say
little school
you do
kid.
that one, you got to go back 2 minutes. But in that 2 minutes that we've played, there's another high shot where they've got to go to.
Yeah.
Does that one get 10 of the bin, or because we've got to go back to the first one?
This is really affecting
That's
you
what I
both.
mean. It's that whole set, anything that happens in that,
You broke the code,
completely null and void. What if there's a substitution during that?
They got to come back
Well,
on.
there's a HIA.
Do you have to swap?
There's a lot of what ifs here.
There's
What if
so
a bloke
many.
gets knocked out?
I got rattled last week when I asked for like highs and lows, and Woodsy went for 10. I thought you coming back would be short and sharp and
No,
fresh.
because
we've just turned this into a whole second episode.
I think if they're going to run with the idea that you are going to go back in a game, go back in plays, you need to go back in with the clock.
Yeah, okay.
Because that part of the game never existed because we're going back.
Yeah.
you know? And like, unfortunately, I don't think we should go back at all, first and foremost. Like like Joey said, the bunker should be used for try. Any time that the time is stopped, the bunker can be used. But I think during play, if you're going a whole set, they go 8 tackles at one point?
Heaps.
8 Do you know how much can happen in 8 tackles? We know. There could be 8 injuries. There could be 8 line breaks. There could be 8 offloads. There could be 8 anything. There could be 8 high tackles. But we'll go back with the play, but you've lost that clock time. You need to go. I think you need to go back with the clock if you're going to do that.
All right. So
And all those stats that happened, gone.
You thought my highs and lows.
I know. I was like,
Anyway, that's it. That was my low. My low was
Was that your highlight or was that your offload?
oh no! I was like, he heard that we're not doing offload at the end of this show.
yeah.
He's like, I need to get this in now.
It's a low because I ride the emotion.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
And you got all the right to be, brother.
Thank you. I'm gonna
All right, let's look at the games for Magic Round. All I want to know is which team you think is going to win the game. We start on Thursday night. Woodsy's going up. He's commentating for the Triple M guys. The Women's State of Origin.
How good's this?
Oh, I love it. It's never too early for Queensland.
Sorry, I just need to rehydrate.
Yeah.
You know the only thing I don't like about it is that this is their first game together.
I know.
Like they haven't had to have an NRL or NRLW competition.
Yeah.
So
Well, Queensland have.
It's all backwards.
yeah,
isn't it?
but some of
that's
the
the
girls
issue,
go up
right?
there, some of the ladies go up there for Sydney, but they've had a couple in-house clashes. And this is the game that New South Wales absolutely smoked them in round 1 last year.
Which
in
they
game
shouldn't
1,
have.
sorry.
So to explain it for people that are unaware, New South Wales and Queensland both used to have comps that would run previous to
Yes.
the NRLW season. New South Wales chose to run that straight underneath the NRLW
Yeah,
reserve
so they had
grade.
what they call as the Harvey Norman competition for the
Correct.
women's, and it aligns now with the NRLW. So the girls that don't get picked, that's where they can go play the games to get match fitness. Previously, it was on before.
Yes.
And that's where they get their, game fitness.
Yep.
Now it's only the Queensland side to do it. But New South Wales, they come out. They absolutely. Jamie Chapman got a couple
Yeah,
of
they
long range
shocked
tries in
them
that
last
game.
year.
Oh, she was outstanding. But then the next 2 games, New South Wales just couldn't score a try.
Yeah.
Bloody Queenslanders.
Yeah, I know.
Filthy. Ali Brigginshaw, she's just one of the.
Oh, she's tough.
They put her at 7. They put her at hooker. They put her at lock. She just
doesn't
gets
care
the
where
job
she
done.
plays,
She
yeah.
just gets the job done.
Would you prefer, as a player, to go? I know they do it differently in different states. Would you prefer to be playing on the lead up to Origin, or would you like New South Wales because they'll play theirs underneath the NRLW playing at the same time, right? So all these New South Wales players, what are they doing right now?
Half of them are going up to Queensland. They've been signed to clubs.
But
in Queensland.
only like marquee ones, like 3 or 4 per
Right.
team.
Because the thing is, it's still club footy. So a lot of those clubs don't have a lot of money to throw at the girls to live out of home. And all of them who is in New South Wales are leaving their jobs to go up and play
That's
in these
it.
competitions.
And they would, if they do it the way they do it now, they would they'll play footy all year round, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the girls would love to. They're mad for it.
Yeah.
You know what?
yeah.
All I care about is New South Wales women's win.
Yeah. So you're going New South Wales for the win on
You
that
don't
one.
even need to ask me, Renee.
Yes, I know.
Because
know.
I
Blew
hate
it through and
Queensland.
through.
Hate them. I don't even like
Hate's
these.
Say it louder for the
Strong
people in the
word.
back.
Hate is being polite.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair. You played. I hate them too, but differently.
Oh,
I played Queensland netball when I was living up there.
you played for Queensland.
Yeah.
Get out.
But
Get her out of here.
only because that's the way it works.
You make me
No,
sick.
you haven't let me finish. I used to turn up to training in New South Wales
Oh, good.
jersey because
Oh,
the Origin
nice.
was on around the
right,
same time.
right.
And then I came back to New South Wales.
Yes,
and
that's what we wanna
boxed
hear.
for New South Wales.
Beautiful.
So I flipped and ended up
I
boxing
don't know
for
how.
New South
I
Wales.
probably wouldn't have took you back in once you wore that maroon
Well, I
jersey.
couldn't help, but that wasn't my choice.
You know what I used to hate when like blokes would play Queensland Cup, they were New South Wales, and they'd make them play the Queensland Residents, which is reserve grade.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't play.
Well, look, I would love to have chosen not to play, but I really wanted to play
That's right.
representative. So,
Bloody 2 heads.
yeah, I know. I do have 2 heads now.
mate.
All right, let's move on. Friday, we kick off Sharks versus Eels. Who's taking that one out?
Sharks will bounce back, I think.
You reckon?
Eels look really good with Mitchell Moses, but geez, Sharks were so disappointing against the Tigers. They a lot of opportunities, but they just didn't want to win the game.
Didn't want to ice it.
Who's got to ice it for them, Ash?
Who do you think? Number 7.
Trindle.
I don't know.
Number
Who?
7. You don't throw it another 10 metres back to give it to someone else. Too scared. Anyway, I reckon the Eels are going to win that game.
Okay. Roosters Dolphins. We won't go too far into it because Woodsy, that is going to be the Woodsy
Yep.
bucket for you. But quick pick.
Roosters.
Dolphins.
Okay. Saturday, South versus Knights.
Souths.
Knights. No Latrell, no Cody Ward.
Oh, yeah. Well, hang
It's
on.
a big opportunity for the Knights.
Jai Gray goes back. Is that right?
Well, he played 5'8"
yeah.
on the weekend. Yeah, he should go back to fullback this week, yes.
He'll go back. No Cody Walker, is that?
No, he's down his calf. He's out for a long time. I'm not sure if Humphries is back in or not.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I saw he was training.
He was close to being back. I don't know. I think they're going to give him up to all week.
Well, unfortunately, we record before the team list get announced, so this is all just guessing for us. Warriors versus Cowboys, we're going to dive into that one because that's Ash's Would You Back It?
Cowboys. Just saying.
Two great mates, Todd Payton, Andrew Webster, coaches.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I love both those blokes.
Pick one.
I'm going to go Cowboys.
Okay. West Tigers versus the Dragons.
What a game that's going to be.
That is a good game. Saturday night. It's meant to rain.
Third game on Saturday.
If
Fifth
you've just
game.
changed my opinion. If it's going to rain, I'm going to go Dragons.
Yeah,
with
me too.
defense.
Why does it always rain on Magic Round? That field's going to get
'Cause it's magic.
smoked. Sunday, Titans versus the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Titans are all sorts.
You know what? They're a side you just don't know what to do.
Oh,
Go the Titans.
If it was at Rabina, I'd probably say the Titans, but I'm saying it's at Suncorp. Yep.
okay.
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Penrith versus the Bronx. That's actually I reckon that's going to be a tough
Bronx.
one.
They're essentially at home,
I
right?
like
Yeah, true.
I like the Broncos too.
Okay, Storm versus Raiders.
This is, mate,
That's a
who
good-
would have thought this would be a game? And Raiders have a great record against the Storm.
Yep.
But I think Storm will get him.
Don't they usually have a great record against the Storm in
In Melbourne.
Yep, it's even better in Melbourne.
And this is technically a home game for Melbourne. So it is.
I'm gonna
it's
go
probably a
Melbourne.
good thing for them to play up there.
I'm going to go Melbourne. I feel the Raiders have been good.
But they're not.
I think they're
They're
going to
not
run out of
Storm.
steam for this
Well,
one.
like the Raiders have been letting sides get to a lead.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can rein Melbourne.
You can't, no.
Oh,
You-
the
you'll
Dolphins
rein-
did it.
The Raiders rein the Titans in.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's right. I could rein the Titans in if I really tried. Me and Woodsy. We play all the positions.
They had Dolphins on the weekend. Pretty good.
Yeah. As well.
And Manly are on the bye.
I think Manly
nice
win that
week
one.
off. Yeah. We'll take
Let's
the
not get
two.
injured. Tommy in the bike.
We just hope that the Cowboys lose a few over the weekend, so when we go.
All right, let's go into the Would You Back It. As mentioned, Woodsy, you're going the Roosters and Dolphins.
I am.
What are you going for your multi?
So, Statmate, always like to look at that before I have a crack. And they've got
love
Tabuai the Hammer. He scored a try in 4 of his last 7 matches against the Roosters and 5 total in his last 4 matches. I'm going to go Hammer to score a try. Anytime try scorer. Jake Averillo, he loves playing at Suncorp Stadium. He scored 4 of his last 5. I'm going to go Averillo, anytime try scorer, into Dolphins to win.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I just don't know, because every time the Roosters have had a great win, they just haven't been able to back it up.
Yep.
Yeah, so they beat Brisbane, they beat Penrith, and 2 huge wins that they probably were massive outsiders.
Yeah.
They weren't able to back it up the next week,
Took it out of them.
but with no confidence. That's what betting's all about.
True.
I'm going to go with confidence.
Warriors versus Cowboys.
Hey, you're on a roll, brother.
I'm on a roll. Look,
One in a row.
yeah, one in a row. Maybe I just stop now.
Yeah.
Go out on top.
All right. Warriors versus Cowboys.
Yeah,
What do
I'm
you
going to pick the Cowboys. Statmate had given me Murray Taulagi has scored a try in the last 5 games.
fire.
got? Yeah.
That derby the other day. What did he score? 3?
Yeah, he scored, look, I think, Derby was outstanding.
And
wasn't he?
Nanai. That was great.
How good's Nanai been playing since he got dropped?
Yeah, gave him a rocket,
Came
didn't
back.
he? So I've got head-to-head Cowboys. I've got Derby 2+.
Yeah.
And I've got Taulagi and Nanai anytime try scorer.
Wow, you got that stacked.
Stack it right up.
Stack it.
You can't go, like for me, I can't go any less than 5. No. 4.
I love a man. Good odds.
When we get to the end of the season, I'll have like a...
What about Purdue? Purdue's going good.
He's going good too, but I thought I'd
Purdue.
get greedy
Yeah.
if I do that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going with 6 instead of 5.
Yeah.
It's not too.
Yeah, there's a line. I don't want to cross it.
Did you hear what we were going to do to you if you lost last week?
Nah.
Oh, so you didn't
wait,
didn't listen to the
Whoa,
episode?
whoa.
Lucky.
Well, how much time do you think I have?
It rolls
Good
over.
run, yes.
Yeah, it rolls over.
Roll it over then, guys, and I'll
Roll
figure
it
it out.
over.
I'll find out.
Let's hope you don't find out. I'd love you to keep winning.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Me
100%.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
but it's ready and raring to go when you lose. That's all thanks to StatMate as well too, your new best mate when it comes to building your multi. Don't forget there's a new setting on there as well too, and I don't think any of the stat ones have it. You can see where the player has scored on the left, the right, down the centre, or what percentage.
They reckon coaches are using that now.
Really?
They're using StatMate because they like to see percentages of where the tries are scored.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact.
Oh.
It's a Woods fact.
It's a Woods fact.
Is it? It's not the same like Huddle, is it? It's different.
No,
it's
it's
not
a
because
little
there's
bit
no vision.
different. No vision.
It's
No,
just
there's
all statistics.
Yeah, I like it.
If you're a numbers guy or a numbers girl, jump on there, all right?
Yeah. Now, we've been doing offload, but you obviously offloaded earlier.
I've got
Ash.
more, don't you?
No, well, no. It's been canned this week because I hit Woodsy with a fast 10. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
really
good
that
fun.
fast, but it was a bit of fun and we enjoyed it.
I got a lot of feedback from ex-players.
Did you?
Yeah, Paul Gallen rang me up. Wasn't happy.
Oh, you called him one of the tightest players.
I was surprised he actually rang me because it cost money to call.
It was on his
It was
plan.
after 9 p.m.
What
It
did he
was free.
say?
I was joking.
He
He
ripped
stopped
up.
taking a piss out of me.
No,
looked
I'll
up.
at the moment. He's preparing for a fight.
Yes.
So you'll end up getting his punch.
What's he trying to get out of the fight? Big money.
100%. So that he can pay for his coffee.
He doesn't, and he still won't pay for it.
Oh, no, he still
And he
won't.
goes to the same joint in the Cronulla Mall because he gets a freebie.
Yeah, 100%. Mark
Cost of
Levy.
living,
Mark
cost of
Levy,
living.
you're giving him too many
Oh,
fees
he gets to
down
Levy's
there.
Rest Pronto
Yeah,
in
Pronto.
Sylvania as well.
Yeah.
Cost of living is smart.
I reckon he's got a restaurant lined up every night of the week that he
Oh,
takes
Gal,
his
mate,
family
100%.
I would love that.
to. Yeah.
Gal goes to those places where your kids eat free.
Yeah.
And he tells his kids to sort of not wear high heels or anything, so they're a bit shorter and they get away with it.
Nice. How old are
Why
his
do you have
kids?
to tell your kids not to wear high heels?
So they don't look too old.
But why would your kids wear high heels?
Because they're on that borderline. No, they like to dress up kids this day.
Yeah,
man. It's
okay,
not like
but-
when we come through.
Well, you wore I guess you've got the
You got some heels on those.
Nikes on today.
TNs, bro.
Like, yeah.
They're the
TNs.
Nikes.
You love your TNs. You're such a lad. Lads. All right, we're going to go Would You Rather, Ash.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with number one. Win $1,000 multi or get a selfie with your all-time favourite player.
Oh, I want the money.
Yeah.
Is
100%.
that like a multi? Is that like a favorite player, as in
Of all
rugby
time.
league of all time,
Of
Yeah.
rugby league of all time.
Yeah.
or any sports?
Actually, any sport.
I'll go. I'd rather get a photo.
Who would you want?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'll take the money.
Okay. Miss the first try getting beers or miss the winning field goal whilst getting beers?
First try.
Field goal.
You,
No. Wait.
You'd rather.
Sorry, you've confused me with
Okay.
beers. You threw me
Miss-
off with the beers.
He's like, beers.
I would much rather miss the first try because there's still plenty of time to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry kicks that field goal and winning grand final.
Sit through a golden point in pouring rain or sit next to a bloke screaming six again all game?
Go on, Paul.
Pouring rain.
Pouring rain. Okay.
I want.
You,
just a quick story.
you are the six again bloke.
Yeah, no, just a quick story. I sat next to this guy once when I was younger in the stands at Manly, and what he would do is every time Manly had the ball, he would go pass now. Did it for 80 minutes.
I had this one guy. I was on the bench one day.
You didn't have a
Against South-
sausage. to
You
throw
on the
it?
bench? No.
Against South Sydney, first year I played, and Curtis Siernan tells the story best. There's one bloke is into me. I don't know. He must have just found out who my name was when it came up on the screen because I was only new
Yep.
the whole game. Hey, Wood. They're going to get you, Wood. Hey, Wood. They're going to get you, Wood. Wood, they're coming for you. And at the end of the game, I go, mate, for F's sake, my name's Woods, not Wood.
I did that to Fafita. Yeah, it was on the exercise bike at Manly. It was the semi-final a few years ago. And I sat behind him and I was like, "Those meters don't count, mate."
Oh,
he was on
would've
the.
blew up.
Oh, you
up
would have been
too.
off that.
I think it was his last game. Was that his last game? He played Manly in a semi.
That was Gal.
That was Gal's
Last game, yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Next one.
Back your team at the line and lose or tip against them and win?
Lose. Go down with the ship.
Okay. Copper Rogue Falcon on live TV or be the background guy absolutely butchering the team song?
Oh, hit with the ball for sure.
You'd
Go
froth
viral.
on
I
a
would
Falcon
love
on
that.
TV.
With your
It's like the
tea-towel on.
trainer who got
Yeah.
hit with the ball the other day. I was like,
How good
that
is it?
lucky bastard.
All right. This is actually a good one for you. Lose a 14-leg multi by one leg or have your mate hit theirs and not shut up about it for a year?
I would much rather lose than listen to any of my mates brag about anything.
Win free beers for life at your home ground
That
or
one.
front row. Yeah.
I want that one. Don't even
You don't
give
want
me the
Manly to win a comp.
backhand.
You don't want Manly to win a comp.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Or Cherry Evans will stay.
I'll take the beers.
Oh,
Well, this one, I mean, I feel like you're
moved on.
already copying one, but would you rather wear full kit jersey, shorts, socks to every game for a year or cop one real tattoo of your team's logo?
I'd do both.
Yeah, I
I'd
feel
do
like
both.
You're just a mad fan.
I'd be
That's why I
happy
love
with
it.
both. If you said to me you have to wear a Manly jersey every day of the
how
week
good
for
would
a
that be?
whole year, I'd do it.
All right, we're on to you now, Woodsy.
Okay, what do we got?
You're stuck in traffic with a teammate for 3 hours. The worst case scenario, which player and why?
Like, as in, I don't want to be this
Yeah,
person.
you're in the car for 3 hours. Who is the worst case scenario and why?
Worst player. Probably Lachlan Croker from Manly.
Really?
Oh, why?
He's such. It's like, you know when you walk with someone and there's like a dark cloud over their head. He's so negative about everything.
Is he okay?
I always just asked him, "Are you okay?" And he just wouldn't look at me and walk away.
That's the worst.
He's such a Debbie Downer.
And you're such a uppity up.
Yeah,
aren't
like,
you?
and he used to get over me. Like, mate, how do you just keep talking shit? Like
you probably
do?
zap his energy. He's probably one of
Probably,
those
yeah.
Do you know
people
what
where
he is? An
has-
energy vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks the living energy out of everyone.
He's an energy.
But he's a good player. I love him. I love him.
Yeah, we do
as
love
the
him.
energy vampire of the
Oh,
rugby league.
mate. Just sucks
I like that
the
nickname.
good times out of you.
What's the one training drill you'd ban forever if you were a coach?
Wrestling.
You don't like the
Oh,
wrestle?
mate, I see so many injuries in it. I hate it.
I was going to say, I thought you would love the wrestle.
Like the Jim Dimmick's wrestle, I'd love.
Yeah.
But not wrestle when
Not
you get
Serraldo's.
some blokes come in and just think it's like an ego thing for them.
Okay.
Especially when it's a coach that you used to play and they couldn't tackle.
Yeah, fair. Who's the worst roommate on away trips? You probably don't share rooms that much anymore.
No, you tend
used
to
to.
share roommates a fair
Isn't the
bit.
captain the only one that's their own room?
Yeah, or
That's
some
sus.
clubs they do.
That's
I'd always
scary.
want.
That's sus.
I'd always want someone rooming.
Yeah.
Look, I've never really had a bad roommate. Like,
Really?
Brad Parker, he sucked
Why?
because he just sits there and sleeps all day. And he told me,
all day?
he goes, I'm a shit person when I'm a roomie. I just want to sit there and lay and sleep all day. But I like that. Like, I'd talk to him and I could tell he was getting over my chat. So I
There
sort of
seems to be a running theme.
so I just
know.
got out of the room and I used to ring Jakey up. Where are you, Jakey? No,
Maybe you're the energy vampire.
but then Jakey just goes, Parker, he's just a shit bloke.
Maybe he's the energy vampire. He's just
Yeah.
sucking the
Mate,
everything out of
I'm there for the team morale. Pump up.
Very good.
All right. What's the biggest stitch up a teammate's ever pulled on you? We spoke a little bit about this last week in terms of where you thought you might have gone above the line in bullying.
Yeah, it's a hard
But
one.
I feel like what's the biggest stitch up a
I love
teammate's
it.
ever pulled on you?
On me.
Yeah.
I don't know on me, but I've seen a good one on one of the boys.
Yeah, what?
Royce Hunt. He's very good with the tools. He took off, I think it was Nico and Ronaldo Militano's bonnets and swapped them around. And they were sponsor cars.
Were they both the same
check
model?
up Royce Hunt, and he also took he jacked up Ronaldo's car and took his tyres off, and Ronaldo can't put he doesn't know how to put tyres back on. Royce Hunt's so good. Like, you don't want to. But if you're going to ask me, who would I not want to get into a prank war with? It's Royce Hunt.
So that you've just never tested
Can't
him
take
at
the
all.
Western
Nah,
Sydney
never,
outfit.
That's
never
great.
tested the big boy. I used to just love watching what he did.
Is he from Western Sydney?
He's from Perth. Kalgoorlie.
There you go.
No, Kalgoorlie's not Perth, is it? That's a bit further
Nah,
from Perth.
yeah.
He's a Kalgoorlie kid.
There you go, eh?
Oh, that's so good. Imagine coming out and seeing your two bonnets
Oh,
swatched
mate.
over.
He's got footage of it. I'll send the footage here so we can put it
Oh,
on.
perfect.
Oh, great.
Love to see that. All right. Which player has main character energy but is absolutely a support act?
What does that mean, main character?
Main character energy. How would you explain it, Ash?
Like me.
Yeah.
I have the energy as the main character, but I'm here. I'm
Here
the
for good
background.
times.
I'm the support. Yeah, you guys are the main character.
Kind of thinks they are the bee's knees and probably not quite. They're probably more like the Robin to the Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got you. Thinks maybe Mitchell Moses.
Oh,
Yeah, he carries himself like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't really.
how so?
He's got that confidence and that arrogance that people think he's the man, but he's actually insecure little boy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shots
He
fired.
is. He is.
You guys are friends,
He's
right?
got a big persona, but yeah, when you know the real Mitchell.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
never going to be able to look at him the same.
No. Which teammate reckons they're a gun golfer but actually can't get off to the tee?
Mate, there's a lot of blokes that think they're gun golfers. Manly had some great golfers.
Yeah.
Travojeviches, they'd play all the time. Toff Sipley was great. He was really good.
Really?
He's a
okay.
big guy too.
Yeah.
And
Like,
can play. Ruben Garrick was really good.
I didn't ask who's good. Who reckons they're good? Do you remember State of Origin? We're up in Coffs Harbour, and Laurie made us do the
chip challenge.
The chip challenge, and God, I've gone blank on his name. Also played for the Roosters. Centre
Jennings.
Jenko hit it. And it 3 shots wouldn't get off the tee, and then he whacked it again because there was a time limit.
Yep.
And then he just hit it into the trees 2 meters away.
Mate, there was a few that day.
There's a video I think I've got of that somewhere.
There's a few blokes who think they can hit it. There's a lot of hackers out there.
So bad.
I don't play golf.
In front of the
couldn't
whole
play
team.
golf. No, I can't play golf.
Why not?
I played a couple of times at it.
We'd be a pretty good Ambrose team.
I'd go
I
for the
reckon.
beers.
Really?
Yeah.
You go for the beers and the laughs.
I like
You know who's a
golf.
hacker?
Who?
He's going to kill me. James Tedesco.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be good.
All the gear, no idea. But he's got a good swing, but just can't control
He
it.
even does ads like golf ads.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Because is
good.
he aligned with Braith and Astor? Or do they play some tournaments and stuff?
Brace
together?
the Roosters connection.
Okay.
They got hookups everywhere.
Yeah.
bet
Stock
they
standard
do.
Roosters. All right. Well, there wasn't as good at answers as I thought there was going to be this time around. Well, that's it, guys.
Very good.
Yeah.
What about? No. We've still got the top 3.
Oh, that's right. We're going to come back to it.
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
forgot.
top 3
Top 3. Okay. Top
broadcasters.
3 commentators.
Yeah.
Or what about people on the
Commentators.
sidelines or just commentators? I quite like Woodsy over here.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I do. I will listen to the. I do listen to the Triple M broadcast when you're on.
Appreciate
Who
it, thank
else? I like Vossi.
Yep.
Yep.
Jesus. Not
No
We've
one
had the
from
whole
Channel
episode.
9. Can't stand
Really?
any of them.
Oh.
Wow.
Nah. What? Who?
Not
who?
Billy Slater?
Nah. Too serious for me. I like someone who's a little bit loose.
Yeah.
But it's
What about Big Blocker?
no.
No. Love Block.
Same.
I just don't like him calling the game. I'll just listen to Vossi. Like a lot of people.
You know who
don't
my
like Vossi.
favourite is? And he doesn't do it enough anymore. Like, does it once a year. Matty Johns.
Yeah, actually, he's good. Yeah,
He's great. Like, he knows when to just chime in. Doesn't say too much, but he
His
just hits
brain
it. He
is
just,
like 6 players in front of where
I
the
could listen
game
to it all
is.
day.
He's
I know,
got a
yeah, he's very much like
incredible
that.
coaching brain.
Look, I as much as he's can be annoying sometimes. Ennis,
Mick is good.
I just love that he's always yelling at me. when I'm
Mick
watching
tries to
TV.
be like Ray Warren sometimes.
Yeah.
What about the great Anthony Maroon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I do like Maroon on Triple M.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know who one of the I think it's the number one main caller play by play, Dan Ganane.
Very,
Mark
good
Levy's
call.
very good.
Yeah, I don't listen to Levy, sorry. Because we're in
Mark
competition,
Levy is
mate.
I
very
like
good.
James
And-
Graham too.
And I'll chuck
I
another
love
one in
working
there.
with James Graham because I don't have to say too much.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that's true.
talk
I
a
can't
little
understand
bit,
him half the time.
Totally.
Andrew Moore from ABC,
Yeah.
also brilliant.
Really good, Maury. Yeah, he's good.
And a really good coach to the guys that come through and
Oh,
commentate
okay.
next to him. Like,
That's where Dan and Maroon have really been good to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've loved working
you
with
need
those
someone
guys.
that does that because there's a lot of former
swear
players
too
that can
much.
sort of go into the mix. But watching Maury with those fellow players, and same with Levy as well too. He's been really good
You know
with
what
Jamos and
Dan Ganane's great with? The big moments.
yeah,
He just knows.
enthusiasm.
He just knows how to do it, and he just smashes it out of the park. Every
And then
time.
when they do clip up a video of him doing it, it's really good.
Oh, that's it. He gets so long. Oh, he's so passionate. I did the Anzac Day with him. That's why speaking about how good he was when the big moments come. It's like, whoa, I'm next to Dan. How good is this?
Yeah.
You get the goosies.
Oh, mate. But then what about that, right? So he did the one for us, the first game on Anzac Day. I go home and watch the telly. He's doing the Storm South game on Fox. He's incredible.
Yeah, he can work. Your voice will be shot after that. What games you got this weekend?
I have got a few games. I've got the Origin on Thursday.
Yep.
I've got the Sharks on Friday against the Eels, and I've got Knights and Souths on Saturday.
Love it.
Taking my little fella up the Magic Round.
Yes, you too, and
nice of you to
you
call me a
too,
little
and
fella.
also Ash is your little fella.
I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be on the streets with a microphone. So if
Uh-oh.
you see me,
I'll be ducking and weaving.
yeah,
oh yeah, I'll run into Nico Hines or something on the street.
What did you hate from Nico Hines?
Hey?
What's the game?
I just think he's overrated. I just want to show you my pass from last year,
oh, that's right.
just really quickly. So last year, last year when I went up to Magic Round, they do the media
Yep,
passes, and you know what it's like. You've got to give them a nice photo of yourself.
That looks very
That
passable.
looks
like
very
all the ticks,
passable,
yeah.
and they were really into us, and everyone at Fox, and everyone was like, "I've got to get your photos in," and I thought, "Stuff that! I'll take the piss out of these guys." My niece is 3, and she wears strap-on glasses. They're bright yellow, and she looks like a minion.
Oh, here we go.
And it passed. Everyone else got knocked back.
Show me. Oh, wowee.
You see that?
Oh, God love them.
For those at home, it is those Minion glasses built for maybe a 2 to 3 year old.
You look like
and you're even profiling it when you all know how to take a passport.
You know, you look like Eggman from Sonic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was the only
Jim
one.
Carrey. You look like Jim Carrey, the bad guy.
I was one of the only ones that passed on the first go.
Yeah, right.
They must
on
have
you.
known.
They must
Do you
have
know
just
what?
been
They
like,
got
you know
this
what?
and they went, that guy looks like an absolute
I think they
dickhead.
felt sorry for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they were like, is this? Anyway, I'll be out there this year.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend, boys. Another great episode. We will be back next week. We'll wrap up Magic Round and we'll probably start talking a little bit of Origin next week as well too. It's about time.
It is about time.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out the AFL Ausmericanaces podcast as well too. Like, subscribe, follow us, share, do all those things. We'll see you next week.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.